increasing toxics is increasing food, it's fine. But there's no food increase, and there's a very, very good study done by the Union of Concerned Scientists on the failure to yield. They've gone through all of the US data. There's no yield gain. In fact, there's a yield drag. And the yield drag is because the technology is so violent that it affects the physiology of the plant. There are only two ways you can move a gene across species barriers. The first is through a gene gun, you shoot, and you don't know if the cells of the organism will absorb it. You don't know where it lands if it gets absorbed, and that's why they have to put what are called antibiotic resistance markers, just to find out and separate the transformed cell from the non-transformed cell. But that means all food that's genetically engineered is carrying genes for antibiotic resistance, and if it moves into our gut, we might have TB and we can't cure ourselves because there's a kanamycin antibiotic resistance marker. The second problem is, just like when you have organ transplants, any body will reject the organ. So they have to put a lot of hormones and a lot of medicines. In the case of genetic engineering, they have to pump the plant with very, very virulent viruses. So all genetically engineered crops have a toxic gene, an antibiotic resistance marker, and viruses. And they never look at this. Because in the US, and this is really the issue, in 1992, if Phil is still here, no, all my senior colleagues have gone. The Earth Summit was negotiating the Convention on Biological Diversity, which was the convention to protect species. And into that, we managed to put an article on biosafety. How does genetic engineering impact the life on this planet, our health, the environment? And my government had asked me to advise them, and when I'd asked, whom are you sending as the negotiator for the Biodiversity Convention, they'd said the head of Project Tiger, because for governments, biodiversity was elephants and tigers. It stopped out there. And I had to tell them it's about controlling the green oil of the future. All of the genetic material. So senior President Bush wasn't at all happy that we had managed to put this clause, 19.3, into the treaty. And he refused to sign the agreement, came back to Washington and told his vice president, who I remember as the one who couldn't spell potato. But he could spell a much bigger word called substantial equivalence, which basically said, treat any genetically modified organism as if it's a natural organism. So don't look, don't see, don't find, and keep declaring safety. All the tests are done with natural organisms. So in the case of BT, the transgenic crop is not assessed. What's assessed is the natural BT in the soil or natural proteins made in a lab, but not the transgenic. And this happens again and again and again. So the whole declaration that there is no proof of harm is not true. European scientists have been funded by their governments to look. So Arpat Putsai did study on GM potatoes, and the brains of the rats had shrunk, the pancreas had expanded. Seralini, a French scientist, done studies on GM corn and has found that there's massive levels of organ failure. Scientist in Russia, Irina Elnikova, fed GM soya. She got it from Monsanto to rats, and they developed tumors. And they had very, very high rates of mortality in the offspring, 50%. Now, each time any of these scientists has done this work, Monsanto had just gone after them. As it is, there are very few independent scientists. And Monsanto has established its genetically engineered empire by, first and foremost, lying about yield, production, saving the hungry. Secondly, bribing. They just spread corruption. And third, threatening. I remember years ago when I would tell friends in the US, why aren't you fighting GMOs? Why aren't you fighting Monsanto? They'd give examples of a person who'd written a book called Against the Grain, and the publisher was threatened, the publisher withdrew. Even your Fox TV was threatened because they made a film that they couldn't screen it. And so I said, well, let's go to St. Louis, which is the headquarters of Monsanto, and let's bring people from across the world. Let's see how many people they'll sue in how many countries.